Hey, what's up everybody? Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be doing an illustration using regular, common household tools like a regular HB pencil, some an eraser, brushes, color pencils, and I'm going to show you how to use all that, like how to blend color pencils using baby oil. So every time that I try to think of what to draw, I just, go online, start looking at things, see what inspires me. Today we're just gonna do a flower using basic shapes like circles, and and we're just gonna see where it takes us. Let's experiment. Let's see what we could do with the tools that I just mentioned before. All right, so to start off, to draw a flower, start off with a circle right here in the middle. And then when I do the petals, I just do lines. Like I'll do maybe a few lines like this. I try to find simple ways of drawing like that. And then I'm gonna do the stem, which probably comes out like this. And it might even have like a leaf coming out this way, and maybe keep on coming out that way. Alright, so that's gonna be like our basic drawing for right now. We're gonna start off from here. You don't want to draw too dark because you want to be able to erase some of those marks. Once you actually do something really hard, like a hard line, you're committed to that line. So you want to be able to hold your pencil like this and just sketch it out very lightly. Let the pencil just glide through the page. Alright, so now I'm gonna draw circles at the tip of those lines that we first drew. Hopefully you guys are able to see it. I know it's a little bit light, but basically those are my lines, and these are my circles. Now I'm gonna connect these circles to the actual middle one that we drew at the beginning, and I'm gonna do that to all of them. And it's okay to move your paper around like that. So now we have our petals. And then for the stem, the same line that we drew, just draw it again, just a little bit off to the side, and just draw it like that. And now for the leaf, usually leaves, they start off pretty thick at the base, and then they get really thin as it goes to the tip of the actual leaf. And then just draw like kind of like a half circle like this on the top and one on the bottom. Same thing on this side. Since I draw this way, I turn my paper so that I'm able to follow the same direction. And I do the same thing over here. Half circle and half circle. There you go. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to darken this drawing up with the pencil. Now I'm going to hold it like this, because this is our sketching. Like, this is how you hold it when you're going to sketch. When you're actually going to draw, hold it like this. Now you're able to draw some really dark lines, so that's going to be our illustration. That's going to be what we're going to see. Once you start doing that, all of those other lighter lines are just going to kind of disappear. And especially when we start doing the color pencils, it'll just go away. So now I'm just gonna go back and refine the lines that I actually want to keep. And it's alright if you have all these like different marks, like different sketching marks. That's totally cool. As you can see, I haven't even used an eraser yet. And for the most part, I try not to use an eraser. I just try to let the drawing be a drawing, and I work with whatever. If I make a small little mistake, either I correct it with technique. It could be like using color pencil or whatever, or I just let it see what happens. If it's something that it's really bad and it doesn't add anything to my drawing, then I'll go ahead and erase it. Alright, so there you go. Okay. And right now it just kind of looks kind of wonky, but it's alright because once we start adding the color pencil, it'll really give it some life. There you go. Just make it darker. Like that. There you go. That's pretty good right there. Alright, so that's my flower drawing. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick maybe like a red, and I'm gonna start drawing the actual flower. Just I don't press too hard on my pencil. Like I just let the actual color. This is the color pencils. They have a pigment on the tip, and that pigment is what gives it that intense color. So you want to be able to allow that pigment to kind of overlap every single time that you do a pass. It's gonna overlap the previous color that you've applied. So you want to keep applying color over color over color, and that's the best way to have a color pencil be really intense. What you don't want to do is you don't want to press it down really hard and try to get that color very intense right away, because what happens is that you're gonna glaze the page. All the fibers that are in the paper, you're gonna flatten it, and there comes a point where none of the colors would stick. They're just gonna glide over that color that you varnished. So you don't want to do that. You just want to start layering. So you want to, like right now I'm adding color very lightly, not too dark, and then I'm gonna do it again. And then I'm gonna do it again. So I keep doing it, especially in areas that I want. Like if I want this area down here to be a little bit darker, then I add, obviously I keep doing it more on this side and not so much on this side anymore. I want this side to be a little bit lighter, so I just focus more on the bottom part of the petal. Same thing with this one, and you could totally try different colors. It doesn't have to be red. It could be, you could even have every petal be a different color. That's fine. There you go. And sometimes you just need to keep sharpening your pencil, so that's what I'm going to do right now. You could use any pencil sharpener. I just have an electrical one because it makes it much easier for me to draw really fast, especially when I have like so many drawings that I got to do. I need to have a pencil sharpener, electric one. But any pencil sharpener will do. What I like to do with my drawings is I like to add all these different colors. So right now I'm starting off as my base color. That's my beginning color, which is the red. That's the color that I'm gonna start off with. But I'm probably gonna add some orange or maybe some blue on my color, just to add some interesting things on to my flower. Usually when I draw or when I paint, I hardly use black. I always try to use blues or purples instead of blacks because those colors kind of still give you that effect that it's really dark, but it doesn't, but not too much, just enough. So right now I'm adding blue to add some what you call value. Value means from light to dark in drawing. So you want to add value. So the lighter areas are on the top and the darker areas on the bottom. Yeah, like that. Okay, and maybe I'm probably gonna do some yellow on there, probably on the top, like that. And it's okay to just put color on top of color. There you go. Alright, now I'm gonna do the petal. So I'm gonna start off with like a yellow green. Just add it on there. Especially the leaves too. I want them to be the same color. Okay, now I'm gonna get some green to add some value, some darker areas. Maybe some more on the leaves. And it's okay if you go outside the line. I do that all the time. It makes it very sketchy. Alright, so I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. The stem. And then sometimes if you notice, some of the stems have like a little red spot or whatnot. They have like different colors, so I'm just gonna add like some red right here or something. Same thing with the leaf. You don't want to have it be all the same color because it makes it look flat. So just add some different colors. Even like some purples. Experiment. Have fun with your drawing. Using a pink. I'm gonna go back over here. Like that. There you go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my baby oil. And make sure you don't spill it because it's so messy. And I'm just gonna get a regular brush. Use this one. And just dip it just a little bit, just enough baby oil. And you know what? I actually forgot the middle part. I'm gonna use a red. Right there. So you start blending it in. So what happens is that your colors, they start kind of blending together. and it makes it look like a painting without having to take out all this paint and all this water and then, you know, rags and everything, and then getting it all over the place. Right here, all you need to make sure is that you don't get the baby oil all over the place, and you're good. It's very clean, and it gives it some really cool effects. And the cool thing about using baby oil on with color pencils is that you could actually go back in there when it's a little dry, and you could keep coloring over it. You could keep adding color pencil, then baby oil, then color pencil, then baby oil. There you go. And just blend it. And the colors really pop once you start doing that. And you could even go back in with like a marker and just do some of the outlines. And it's so quick, like doing this this method, this technique. It's really, really quick. There you go. Now I could go back in and I want like some areas to really pop. So I'll come back in with my pencil and add some more color. And if I wanted to, I could come back in with the baby oil and blend that in. There you go. Gonna add some of that green. Bring some of that green back over here. And then what I like to do, if you do have it, if not, it's cool, you could leave it like this. This is pretty much done, but I come back in with a marker and just trace it. Make it look very graphic. And like I said before, you can experiment with your tools. If you have markers, if you have color pencils, if you have watercolors, just add it all together. Just use all of it. See what you could come up with. That's how you learn how to use those tools, by experimenting, seeing what you're able to do, what you can't, your limitations with those tools, the things you can and can't do. I'm gonna add this line like that. There you go. And that's pretty much it. Sign it. Well, thank you guys for watching my video. Hopefully you guys are having pretty cool workshops at home during Summer Night Lights 2020, which is kind of weird, because we usually do it at the parks every year, but this year's a little bit different, and we're trying our best to bring our workshops to you. So if you do create artwork, please tag us. I would like to see it. And thank you so much for watching. All right, well, be safe, everybody.